Good morning, everyone. When I was first introduced to Changing Perceptions DC, Anna Harvey promised me that the work that they did would move my heart, and it really does, and then, and it does today. Over the many years of their tireless dedication and their work, they have served to support hundreds of individuals who were formerly incarcerated by providing a series of wraparound support services, case management, and even to this day have maintained a 100% anti-recidivism rate. In considering, yes, please. Considering the systems and structures in our society are really not meant for folks who are justice involved to be successful after their incarceration, that's some really remarkable work. Really, I could stand here talking all day about the work that they do, but I'd really rather you hear from their executive director. So please join me in welcoming Monte Pollard, Executive Director of Changing Perceptions DC, for the Justice Grant Award.
Ooh, it's bright up here. Oh. That's better. So, good morning, everyone. First, I would like to start off by thanking Marissa for the nomination. I kind of overlooked the email that came to me. I thought it was spam or something. And also would like to thank OFN for such a great conference. This is actually my first time attending one, so happy to be here with you all. Change of perceptions. I started at Change of Perceptions in 2019 as a mentor, supporting hundreds of formerly incarcerated individuals with human services regarding case management, job readiness training and employment, flex funds, financial assistance for those that are experiencing financial hardship, and just a number of, support as far as like serving in a family-like environment. That is the goal. That was the goal for me to change the narrative on how individuals view formerly incarcerated persons, such as myself. Many times I would hear, "Oh, you don't look like a returning citizen." What? Okay. So it's just like, what does that even look like? And it's like, I don't know, but okay, so it's time to change the narrative and change the perception on how individuals view formerly incarcerated individuals. So with that, after a successful performance as a mentor, I was offered the opportunity to become the Director of Reentry Programs, overseeing the peer mentorship program, our supportive employment program, and also, just a various number of things. So just wore many hats at a small nonprofit, just blessed for the skill set that I've obtained and currently maintain. Then in 2021, I was offered to apply for the executive director role. I said no at first, because moments like this, being on the front line. So I'm getting there. But this journey has been something that is very dear to my heart. I serve the community on a personal and professional level. Being formerly incarcerated in 2010, I lost my mother due to violence while I was incarcerated. But before that, I called home to my mother on her birthday, September the 16th. And I said to her, I never spoke to her like this before, but I said, "Mom, it's not your fault that your son is incarcerated. It's not your fault that my oldest sister is battling substance abuse. It is not your fault that my younger brother is incarcerated. You raised 7 children to the best of your ability, and we chose our own route. You know, we were in that environment, but we still chose our own route. So it's not your fault. I love you. I promise that, you know, when I come home, I will make you proud. And she said, thank you, son. I needed to hear that. Not knowing that would be the last time I ever spoke to my mom. You know, so it was something in me to just speak to her and share that with her. And I was just blessed and grateful that I was able to deliver that message. And even in the system, after that phone call, here comes, you know, the correctional officers and, you know, lieutenants. They trying to put me in solitary confinement. And they said that I was a threat to general population because of the news I received, you know. But that's the way, I guess, that it works in there. But the individuals also incarcerated advocated on my behalf. It's like, he's not bothering anyone. Just let him be, you know. So no grief support, counseling, therapy, anything was provided to me. I just kept that vow alive that I made to my mother. During that process, my younger siblings were split in foster care, and coming from a single-parent household, and I was the oldest son, male, I felt like, you know, I was the father figure in that household. So I was living with a lot of, you know, doubt and regret during my incarceration because I felt like my presence alone was enough to keep my family together. Once I, you know, got arrested, that's when it felt like everything just went, you know, astray. Whew. So I just lived with that, you know, all of the experiences and hardships as a motivation and also as inspiration and to inspire individuals to, like, this is a journey, you know, living a negative lifestyle. You don't want to do that because situations that you cannot see, you know, the outcomes are unlikely, you know. So I just like to serve as a motivation to them. So a lot of stuff has been happening. Recently lost my sister to substance abuse. She was 3 years older than me. Lost my head too. But I just feel like, and my sister also left behind 6 children. 2 of them are in college, 3 resides with their dad, and the youngest one, Shahid Pollard, he just turned 6. I got legal guardianship of him, you know, so. So, like, the second chances are important to individuals that have been experiencing the things that I have. I bought my first home. Yeah. And, you know, just being able to take in my nephew and raise him, it's a journey. But I appreciate every moment, and you know, I just continue to strive forward. But, you know, changing perceptions. Currently, you know, and still from 2020, we've been operating on a 0% recidivism rate, meaning no individuals has reoffended under, you know, actively programming with changing perceptions. And that's the question, you know, that we like to, you know, highlight when writing grants, when they ask you, how is your organization, you know, different from the others? I like to say that, you know, and also, you know, the executive director, myself, service that community, the same community that I was, you know, directly impacted in. But it's a great feeling to be here. Trying to hold back tears because, you know, it's just overwhelming for me. Well, that change of perceptions is known to you all. Um, we do have opportunities, for volunteering and support. We're located here in Washington, D.C. We're not going anywhere no time soon. We still servicing hundreds of people throughout the District of Columbia and branching, transitioning to Maryland and Virginia because we're receiving, a large amount of inquiries for our support. But yeah, I appreciate you all today for just listening to me and encouraging me by, the cheering. But it's a lot. It's a lot for me to take in because this is a very, very, very intimate moment. That's very dear to my heart. But I would like to thank you all. Thank Marissa from and National Community Reinvestment Coalition and Opportunity Finance Network. And yeah, Mom, I did it again.